Because I believe that if Tank waits too long, if he tries to do the Floyd Mayweather thing and waits too long to make these fights happen, it's going to be a detriment to him. It's going to give him less of a chance of winning. Tank Davis is almost 30 years old, if he's not 30 years old. He's not that tall. He doesn't have long arms like Floyd Mayweather. He didn't live a clean lifestyle like Floyd. Floyd never used anything, never, drunk anything. Floyd had a clean intake into his body. Floyd lived a clean lifestyle. That gave Floyd longevity. So Floyd could wait until he was 36 years old to fight Manny Pacquiao. You understand? Floyd could wait until he was 36 to fight Manny Pacquiao, who was younger than Floyd. T Streak, thanks for liking the live, man. But Tank Davis, he's not like Floyd. He hasn't been as disciplined as Floyd. Floyd trained year round. Tank doesn't train year round. We saw another example of this with Errol Spence. Errol said he waited before fighting Terrence Crawford. He said he wanted to get a belt off of Sean Porter first. He said, Sean got a belt. I'm going to go fight Sean first. Then Errol wanted to go fight Ugas after the crash. Errol was getting all of these belts off of different guys. But if he would have fought Terrence Crawford in his prime, if he would have said, you know what, I can fight Porter later. Let me fight Crawford right now. Before he fought Porter, he wasn't in the car crash. Before he fought Porter, he was younger. A lot of the ways in the lifestyle that he lived, a lot of the clubbing, it hadn't taken a toll on his body. He was still easily able to make 147. I'm talking about Errol Spence. So I believe that the longer that Tank waits for these fights, the less of a chance that he's going to have to win these fights. And I think that a lot of these fighters, they do a disservice to themselves trying to copy Floyd Mayweather word for word, bar for bar. Because there's only one Floyd. We can accept that there's only one Floyd Mayweather. So instead of everybody trying to wait and hold out on these mega fights, some of these fighters need to fight as soon as they can. Right now, Tank Davis is at the height of his powers. Right now, Tank is explosive. He's fast. He's dangerous. But he's a short guy with short arms. Is he still going to be able to do the same shit at 33 years old? I don't know. Am I the only boxing fan that doesn't want Tank to fight Haney? There's only one. I don't know what you mean by SS. But yeah, you might be the only fan that doesn't want Tank to fight Haney. That don't make sense to me. Why wouldn't you want Tank to fight Haney? That's a great fight for boxing and for legacy. What's up, Rakim? Who do you think is the best out of the three? I don't know. I do not know. I think that Tank Davis has more professional experience than Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. So he should fight them both right now. The longer he waits, he's allowing Haney to get better and better. Imagine if Tank pushed for a fight against Haney at lightweight. Haney was struggling at that time to make weight. That's why Haney started to lose against Loma in the later rounds. Haney won the fight, but in the 10th and 11th round, Haney started to feel it a little bit. He started to feel what happens when you deplete your body that much. He started to feel a little bit fatigued and started to feel a little bit worried because Loma started to speed up and Haney was slowing down. So imagine if Tank would have pushed for a fight at lightweight when Haney had to drain his body. That would have gave Tank a better chance to win. But all of this waiting and waiting, Haney is at 140 now looking dangerous, looking better than ever. Shakur Stevenson is taking time off and shit, retiring. Shakur hasn't been able to find an opponent. Imagine if Tank pushed for a fight right now while Shakur has been inactive. You know what I mean? This is how you do it. This is how you got to catch somebody slipping, catch somebody lacking. If you and your opponent are both good, you got to catch him slipping, catch his ass on the off day. You know? That's how Crawford caught Spence. Crawford caught Spence slipping, lacking on the off day. And that's because Spence waited too long for that fight. Spence really should have fought Crawford before he even fought Porter. It would have been better. They would have made less money. They would have made less money. But he probably would have performed better. So it depends on what you like, what you're into. Tell me you don't know boxing without telling me. What's up, Kiko? Nice little comment there. You didn't put much context to the comment, but it is what it is. Nick, Shakur is the most skilled, Haney has the best resume, and Tank is the most dangerous. That's how Nick sums him up. Bro, stop. Spence could never beat Crawford. Who knows? Who knows? Did you check the link I sent you? Nah, I seen it, but I was working on these videos. Who know? All I know is this: the version of Spence that showed up had no chance. He stayed at the weight class too long. He waited too long to make that fight happen. Everyone is trying to hold off on fights like they Floyd Mayweather. You cannot do that. Somebody said, "Love the vids, Unc. Stop calling me Unc. I'm 25 years old. It's not my fault that I look sexy as opposed to cute or handsome. I look like a grown man, but stop calling me Unc." I think Spence is too one-dimensional for someone like Bud. He's great nonetheless. Um, yeah, Spence is great. I wouldn't say he's one-dimensional, but I mean, Bud is just a special fighter. Somebody made this claim yesterday, but Lomachenko, he has all these losses, and people still call him great and shit. And nobody really looked down on Loma for all of those losses. Errol lost one time, and a lot of people act like he's just some basic ass fighter. Tank is the worst fighter out of these three. Why do you say that? My point is this. We gotta stay focused in this live. I think Tank should fight these motherfuckers ASAP immediately. The longer he waits to make these fights happen, he's allowing them to get experience. He's allowing them to gain confidence. Tank has the most professional experience out of all of them. Tank is pushing 30. Tank is not a tall guy. He don't have long arms. Tank did not take care of his body the way that Floyd did. He's not as disciplined as Floyd. He's not working out day in and day out, even in the off season. He's not going to pre-camps. So he should fight him right now while he's still fast and dangerous. Why wait and possibly lose a step? And next thing you know, you fucking losing. Right now, fight Haney right now. Fight Shakur right now. Because this is your best chance to win it. Why give those guys who are younger than you, who have less professional experience than you, time to really gain that confidence? Look at how Haney looked after beating Loma. After Haney beat Loma, he went out there and put progress on the canvas. You know why? Because in his mind, he was more confident than ever. He like, shit, I just beat Lomachenko. Lomachenko was at one point number one pound for pound in the world. That made me number one pound for pound in the world. And he didn't even have to fight Loma. Because he was the one with all the belts. He just did it just to do it. Stunting on the motherfuckers. Tank came out of jail in shape. He's good. Yeah, Tank in shape. I mean, that's a funny little joke too, but Tank is in shape. I'm just saying it's a difference between Floyd Mayweather level of dedication, even Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford stays in shape year round. Terrence Crawford was going to Shakur Stevenson's camps. So when Crawford wasn't fighting, if Shakur had a fight, Terrence Crawford would go to his camp and train with him. If y'all in here, make sure y'all liking the live, bro. We can't come to lives and not tap the screen because we have to push the live. TikTok, they don't push none of my shit. I have to do everything on my own. You understand what I'm saying? H-Town, thanks for the roses. I appreciate y'all for liking the live. I appreciate everybody's contributions. H-Town, thanks for the gifts in general. I think Keyshawn and Abdullah Mason are ready for a bigger test. They're both future champions. Quite possible. Keyshawn Davis and Frank Martin need to get it on. Tank don't blow up anymore. Yeah, Tank Davis seems to have taken his career more serious in the last couple of years, man. He's looked in great shape. He's put on great performances. He looks more focused. He's talking different, walking different. Now all he has to do is stop getting into certain altercations with some of his women, and he's gonna be right on his way. Spence was catching Bud with shots that if he was healthy, Bud would have dropped. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all of that, but Spence caught Bud with some crazy shots. A rematch at 154, like that's one thing that I wanted to see. I made a video about that. But if Errol Spence, right, if he hit Bud at 154 with that same left hand that he hit him with at 154 and he's not drained, then we're gonna know how good Bud's chin is and how good Errol's power is. Right now, we really don't know because I don't know if Bud was able to take the power because Errol was so drained, or if it's just because Bud was just that damn tough. He's just that damn raw. Everybody's liking the live. Thank you. TikTok, I would like to say personally, even though y'all not pushing my live, I still got love for y'all. You know, you think Shakur will end up at 147? No, maybe at the very, very end of his career. Nah, Bud just got him early. Hmm, that's a good point as well. Bud, the first knockdown in the second round probably fucked up Errol's equilibrium for the rest of the fight. He tops out at 140 in my opinion. He couldn't see his rib was broke. Yo, if Errol went into the fight with a broken rib the same way that Ryan Garcia went into the fight with a broken rib, these people are crazy. All you have to do is pull a Tyson Fury and reschedule the fight. Look how easy Tyson Fury rescheduled his fight. That's why I was like, why would I go into a fight with a broken rib? I'm already famous. I'm already a proven commodity. People already respect my resume. Why would I try to force myself to go in with an injury, like I'm a nobody and this is my only shot, my one chance, my one opportunity, like B Rabbit and shit? Nah, man, that don't make sense. If Errol had a broken rib, he could have rescheduled the fight. If Ryan had a broken rib, he could have rescheduled the fight. If you don't believe me, look at Tyson Fury. Tyson got a cut over his eye. He said, "Fuck this, we not fighting till May." Yeah, I'm not about to lose because of no cut. Or maybe he didn't get a cut. Maybe he just need more time to train. Either way, he rescheduled the fight. Handy's gonna have to see Shakur Stevenson, and I'm taking all bets. Ryan stopped Shakur in 6. You crazy as hell. Pitbull is finna work Rolly. Quite possible, quite possible. But what I want y'all to talk about, and if anybody want to come up, you can. I want y'all to talk about this right here. Tank Davis, the longer he waits for these fights, the higher the chances of him losing these fights. Everybody that's been liking the live, thank you. I appreciate that, man. I'm not betting one time out, man. The longer that Tank waits to make these fights happen, the higher chance he has of losing these fights. He's the smaller man out of all of these men. He's the older man out of all of these men. The only thing he'll have is an experience edge. Right now, he might be faster than these guys, but the older you get, you start to lose some speed, you start to lose some reflexes. One good thing about Tank is he has great punch resistance. So even if he's not fast, he'll always I think he'll always be able to take a good punch. And that's good. Tank is the face of boxing. I agree. I think Tank is the face of boxing. I think that if he makes certain fights happen, he would catapult himself right above Canelo. Like Tank really is that guy as far as name recognition. Everybody that's been liking the live, thank you. But we saw what happened to Errol Spence. Errol waited too long. He ended up having a poor performance because he waited too long to fight that dragon that is Terrence Crawford. So if you are a dragon, you have to go fight another dragon. I'm not talking about if you got to go fight, a bear or a wolf or something like that. Not a dangerous opponent. I'm talking about you got to go fight another dragon. You want to catch them while you're at your best. You want to catch them while you're young. You want to catch them while your fire still burns hot. Errol waited too long to make that fight happen, and I don't think that Tank should follow suit. Tank should not wait so damn long to make these fights happen like he's Floyd Mayweather. Because what if Tank loses some of his fire? What if he doesn't want to train as hard when he's 33 years old? What if he's sick of the damn sport? What if Tank Davis slows down a step and now he's not his power, it doesn't have the same effect? Because Tank says it himself, a lot of his power isn't just his hands, it's the way he throws the punches, it's his timing and his accuracy. You know? So how will people be affected? How will people be affected by the aging process? How will Tank be affected by the aging process? That's why Devin Haney is greater than Tank. Why though? What do you mean? You just made a statement but you didn't explain it. Why do you think Devin is greater than Tank? And what do y'all think about this, man? What do y'all think about ultimately the stance that I think that Tank should fight these guys right now? Fight now, cry later. Maybe I should have titled it "Fight Now or Cry Later," but I guess the "or" is implied. Tank need to take the Conor Ben fight. He is taking the Conor Ben fight. I'm making a post about that tomorrow though. Tank's playing the money game, and there's nothing wrong with it. I don't see him fighting top dogs until late. Yeah, I understand he's playing the money game, but the money game is a dangerous game. Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford played the money game. That shit did not work out how Floyd and Manny worked out. Not for Errol. Sometimes, look, money is great. Money is great, but sometimes, man, shit, you got to play the winning game. If Errol would have fought Terrence before he fought Sean Porter, I don't know how the fight would have went. Maybe Crawford wins still. Maybe Crawford is just on a whole other level. But one thing I do know, the Errol that fought Sean Porter, his face, his skin had more luminosity. His face was more in shape. When Errol fought damn Terrence Crawford, he looked like a zombie in the ring. He looked like something was wrong with him. He looked weak. He looked drained. When he fought Crawford, and when he fought Spence, he looked lively. You know what I mean? So you can't always play the money game. You can't just wait. We're gonna wait until the end of our careers and try to make these big fights. Sometimes you may get less money, but at least you're gonna put on a better performance. It's better for your body. He went up against one of the best fighters of his generation. He wasn't even his best self. Floyd ruined boxing with the money and the fighting people out of their prime later in his career. No, Floyd wasn't a star until later in his career. Errol was a star early in his career. Terrence wasn't a star until later in his career as well. So Floyd couldn't do anything about that. Bob Arum, he was signed to Top Rank just like Crawford. Crawford didn't learn a damn thing too. That's another thing I gotta say. Crawford watched Floyd. Floyd had all of those problems with Bob Arum, right? Floyd didn't become a star, didn't get an Oscar De La Hoya fight until he left out on his own and became his own boss, working with Al Heyman. That's when his whole career changed, his whole narrative changed, all because he got away from a promoter that does not like to promote black fighters. So why in the hell would you, Terrence Crawford, then go sign the Top Rank? I think Terrence did it because he needed money at the time, probably. Not needed money, but he probably just wanted a way to be able to make money and to get fights booked. Because who knows, maybe other companies wasn't coming at him. So I'm not just going to get on Crawford for signing with him, but after a while, he should have left Bob Arum. He should have learned from Floyd what Floyd learned. So it is what it is. Did Bud try to be a boss with Black Prime? Yeah, he tried to be a boss with Black Prime, but he went about it the wrong way. You can't just jump into a new thing like that. People got to really prove themselves because most new businesses fail. So a lot of times you have to be with, like Al Heyman went to Harvard and shit. He got a PhD in like or masters in like economics and business or whatever the fuck. Al Heyman legit. Al Heyman got them connections, boy. Al Heyman got them connections that Cat Williams was talking about. Let me stop. But anyway, what y'all think about this shit, man? Flying Dom like that shit. Nah, I'm fucking around, man. Nah, I don't hate Al, man. I don't hate Al. Bivol versus Berta Biev. I believe that Berta Biev will beat Bivol. I believe Berta Biev will beat David Benavidez unless David waits a couple of years, let him get old. Do you know who Ryan is fighting next? Not only do I not know, I don't give a fuck. But what are y'all opinions? If Tank Davis fights these dudes right now, does he have a better chance of winning? Or would he have a better chance of fighting them when he's 33 years old? And why? Everybody that's been liking the live in the chat this entire time, thank you. Flying Dom, thank you. Rolly a Pitbull. I got Pitbull because of the structure. Pitbull has much better structure and defense than Rolly. I don't think Tank is afraid. He's just listening to Al, Tim Brown, and Floyd. Of course, I don't think Tank is afraid of these dudes. He sparred with these motherfuckers. Tank hit harder than both of them. Why would he be afraid? Even if he loses, it's not like he's gonna get knocked out. I don't think that Haney can knock out Tank. I think Haney can outbox Tank. I don't think Shakur can knock out Tank. So it's not like he is in fear of embarrassment. He would probably just lose the boxing match. But I think that Floyd and Al, they going about this shit the wrong way. They should have Tank fight these motherfuckers right now. Tank is not Floyd. No, who the hell is Floyd? Who who in their right mind wants to live a clean life? Most people do not want to live a clean life. Floyd lived a clean life. Floyd dedicated every day to boxing damn near. Made sure that he was in shape the entire time. That's why he was able to fight so well even at 37 years old. Tank might be retired by 37. Tank might be retired by 34. So why are we gonna wait for these fights? I'm not even talking about because to save boxing or none of that bullshit. I'm not talking about from a fan perspective. I'm saying for Tank Davis' own perspective, why wait until you're getting older? When you get older, your reflexes slow down, your speed slows down. You may not have the same hunger and love for the game. All these different things play into key. All these things come into play. Tank has been looking great in his fights. The fight with Garcia's, both of the Garcias, he looked great. He looked on point. Devin didn't even look on point until the fucking Prograis fight. You know what I mean? And Shakur, his last performance, we might as well scrap that out because that's not really a good representation of who he is as a fighter and his resume. But yeah, Tank has been looking on point So I think this is the perfect time for him to wage war on his enemies, man. This is the perfect time for him to send out that check and be like, yo, let's get it done. Right now, Tank Davis has looked the best in his past two performances out of all these guys on the screen. Tell me if I'm lying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Art of War, exactly, the Art of War, man. Somebody said T.O. or Shakur. I got Shakur beating T.O. I think he gonna fight Ben, then fight a big name. T.O. is a dark horse fight. I did a Ben fight. That's a good point, the baby. If he fight Ben, that's I think first off, I'm doing that video tomorrow, but Tank could potentially lose to Ben. Ben is a big guy. He bigger than Tank. Even though he's short though. So he's short, so he gonna be there. He's gonna be easy for Tank to really exchange with him. But T.O. is a dark horse fight. If Tank fight T.O., that's gonna do wonders for his resume. Ben gonna be alright, but if Tank fight T.O. or Haney or Shakur and win, that does wonders for his resume. Now Ben is terrible, he's better than Prograis. Ben is not terrible. Man, y'all crazy. Only thing terrible about Ben is the fact that he was cheating. Like if it was up to me, if you get caught cheating in boxing, you banned for life. Because it's not basketball, bro. We're not putting the ball in the hoop. We're throwing punches at people's brain. You know what I mean? You could potentially put somebody in the ground. So I think that boxers, once they get caught cheating, they should be banned for life. But we know that's not how Vegas and them get down. We know that's not how the devil works. How that's not how greed works. What's Tank's potential? All time great? No, Tank can never be an all time great because his career is moving too slow. Like the only way at this point he could be an all time great, he literally got to start fighting top dudes back to back to back to back until he retires. That's it. That's it. If he keep on doing this showcase shit and fighting these dudes coming out of nowhere, or not even just coming out of nowhere, but guys who we don't even know how good they are, like Hector Garcia, he's good, but how good is he? He lost his fight right after the Tank fight. You know what I mean? He beat the black brother Colbert, but then what? So in order for Tank to become an all time great, he has to fight champion after champion after champion until he retires. That's what Floyd did. Tank is literally doing Floyd Mayweather numbers. He is an all-time great. It depends on what you. We want to talk about money, then yeah, Tank broke records. Him and Ryan Garcia, but that's like saying Mike Tyson is an all-time great heavyweight, but Mike Tyson has never beat a great heavyweight. So there's a difference between marketability, likability, and actual skills in the ring. Numbers don't mean shit, boy. Well, numbers mean something. I think that we start bringing in numbers. Like, say we want to compare boxers. And this is a video that I might do tomorrow, but I'll tell you like Floyd and Crawford, right? Floyd and Crawford, they both are undefeated because Crawford hasn't lost yet. They both have a high skill level, high IQ, great levels of athleticism. But the reason why I would say Floyd is still better than Crawford is because if everything inside of the ring is equal, then we have to start looking at shit outside of the ring. So outside of the ring, it wasn't even close. Inside the ring, it might be close, but outside of the ring, it's not even close. So that's why numbers matter. When all else is equal, you have to start turning to numbers and marketability because it's a part of the sport. Boxing isn't just about how good you could throw a punch. It's about how good you could throw a punch and how good you could sell a punch. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about a feint. I'm talking about how good you can sell a fight, how good you can promote yourself. That's always been a part of the sport. That's always been a part of boxing legacy and history. To this day, Muhammad Ali is overrated as a heavyweight because his ability to sell himself. So it's just a part of the sport. Floyd was such a great salesman as well as a great boxer, and that's what really gave him the edge over somebody like a Terrence Crawford. You think Ortiz can pull it out tomorrow? Against T.O., I don't know. I just know that I'm gonna have to watch the fight and break it down for my Patreon page. Yeah, gamesmanship. That's the word. But yeah, man, if anybody wanna come up, y'all can come up. If not, I'm just keep on talking my shit until I hit an hour. That's my little quota. But yeah, I'm gonna just keep on bringing this point home. Keep on hitting that hammer right on the motherfucking nail. I'm gonna keep on sliding the first base. I'm gonna keep on dunking the ball through the motherfucking hoop. Tank Davis should be fighting these boys right now. Everybody that's liking the live, thank you. Much love, much love. But if Tank waits, it's going to be bad for him. I think it's going to decrease his chances of winning. Like if Tank and Haney get into the ring and Tank 33 years old, I'm picking Devin Haney. Like if Tank is 33 fighting Shakur or Haney, I'm picking the other guy because I don't know how 33 is going to look on Tank. And if he anything past 33, I'm putting all my money on the other motherfucker. But if Tank fight these dudes right now, I think he has the biggest chance of winning. I think he got the best chance of knocking him out. Devin is not beating Tank. What are you talking about? At 140, Devin is dangerous, man. Dangerous, dangerous fighter. Dangerous fighter, man. Tank KOing them all. Possible. Tank could possibly knock both of these dudes out. But my thing is, Tank is the most accurate. That's false. First off, Shakur Stevenson has some of the best defensive stats in boxing. That's number one. So if we want to talk about accuracy, that's some accuracy for your ass. Most of Shakur Stevenson's barely touching. Opponents barely touching. That's defensive accuracy right there. Second, if you want to talk about accuracy between these three guys, maybe Tank does have the best stats, but people are saying shit like Tank is the most accurate boxer just because they heard him say it in a press conference to the Ryan Garcia fight, and that's false. He's not the most accurate boxer. My man said, "And yo lame ass." I don't know who you gonna get your ass
Dude,
blocked, boy.
how you doing,
What's good,
KJ?
Wiki? What's up? What's up, man?
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Oh, okay, Mom, hold on. Never mind, it works. My headphones are messing up. I was about to take my phone to the shop, but now, like, I guess you never mind. It works. You let me
Yeah,
know.
you good, man. You good, man.
So,
So this is what I've been talking about, man. I think it's best for Tank to fight these dudes as soon as possible than to wait because we saw Errol Spence. Errol waited. He waited for that fight with Terrence Crawford. He could have fought Crawford before he fought Porter.
yeah,
And all of these things happened, like the car crash happened, him not taking care of his body. He felt the toll of partying and drinking and all of that stuff. All of that happened from him waiting instead of taking on a tall task early when he was more in his prime, his physical prime. And I think that Tank, the more he waits, him being a shorter fighter of short stature, short arms, and all that good shit, the more he waits, the more he decreases his beating these two men who are both younger than him, and they're gonna get a chance to gain experience and all that shit like that. So, what do you think about that? What's your take on that?
about Earl. You're talking about Earl Spence, right?
No, I'm talking about Tank. I use Errol
Oh,
Spence as the backdrop, as an example.
oh, okay. Yeah, I agree. No, I think. I'm not sure if Devin Haney will beat Tank, but I think Shakir has a slightly bit more skill than Devin. I don't know why. Like, cause I think like what's that guy's name? Is it Oscar Valdez? I think he could have gave Devin a run for his money at that time, but and Shakir just made it look so easy. Like I can't even remember if he even touched Shakir. So
Yeah, he
yeah,
did touch Shakur because Shakur said that Valdez hit him with a body shot that hurt real bad.
yeah,
But other than a few shots, a few good shots, he didn't touch him that much. But he did damn sure touch him because Shakur said he had to play it off. But Valdez hit him with a shot that made him, want to get on a knee.
yeah. But would you say that that was by far Shakir's best performance ever? Now, like even as any
Yeah,
performance
because
he.
Valdez was great competition, and Shakur would look like a ghost in there. Like Valdez could barely touch him, and Shakur had a very slick knockout where he made Valdez miss, and then caught him in an awkward position and got a very slick knockout.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Double X, thanks for the follow.
And what about Devin Haney? Like, what do you think his best performance was ever, like in his whole career?
Pro Grace. No, his best performance is his whole career is Lomachenko
You thought that was his best one?
because of the competition level. Loma's one of the most skilled fighters in the world. The way that Devins controlled the distance and the pace, the way that he started out the first 4 or 5 rounds attacking Loma's body, that's the reason why Loma was tired in that 12th round because Devin did so much body work in that fight. Loma started to pick shit up and he won the ninth, 10th, and 11th round convincingly. But most of the other rounds went to Devin or they were swing rounds, so you would have to give him to Devin because Loma didn't have any belts going into the fight.
Yeah,
So for him to fight, one of the best in the world and to come out with a victory, that was his best fight till date. And somebody said Loma just a slow white boy. Loma is a white boy, but nothing about him is slow. He's actually really fast. He's surprisingly fast.
What about
I like it, and he has pretty fast feet.
what about Tiafimo? Do you think he can beat? Any of these three fighters you have on your screen, Tiafimo?
Hmm. Tio could beat all of these guys and lose to all of these guys. It depends on whatever mentality he walks into the ring with, and it depends on how strong his mind is during training camp. Because Tio is a guy who doubts himself sometimes. Everybody doubt themselves, but Tio, his shit be bad, boy. I don't know if it's because of the girlfriend problems. I don't know, but Tio be going through mental problems, so you can't really bet on a motherfucker with the mental problems like that. But when you talk about talent. Tio fast as hell, powerful as hell, got angles. When he gets in there, he's confident and he can miss the shots. He's a dangerous fighter. So he could beat all of these dudes and he could lose to every last one of these motherfuckers up here.
Yeah. Do
That's
you
my
think
take on it.
do you think that if he didn't come out so aggressively against Cambosis and kept his head straight, you think he would could have beat Cambosis?
Yeah, but he just had a bad night. Cambosos, I don't think he would ever beat Tio again if they fought again. If y'all in here in the chat, make sure you tapping that screen, man.
Yeah, I heard
Make
that he
sure
had
you
like a
liking the live.
I heard he had like a tear in his lungs when he fought him, or like he,
Yeah, I mean
yeah,
that's the thing though. If he has air in his lungs, then that's crazy. I mean the fact that he was able to make it 12 rounds, shout out to him. Cause shit happens, man. Like people get injured, they have to push through it. So we don't know if these fighters are lying sometimes or not. But if he did have a tear in his lungs, then wow, and that might have been the only reason why Kambosos beat him. But he did have a dumb game plan, so it is what it is.
yeah. And who's a better puncher? Do you think, Tio or Tank?
Oh, Tank,
Tank for sure.
man, bruh. What Tank did to Barrios was not supposed to happen. Barrios was so much bigger than Tank.
Yeah,
That
true.
shit right there showed me like, bro, Tank, his power is special. Like Tank and Terrence Crawford and Berta Biev, like it's certain guys who are truly they. You know how you know when somebody has special power?
Yeah,
They do shit that other guys can't do. Like Berta Biev has 100% knockout ratio,
yeah,
and he has belts. So that means he's knocking out. He's knocking out champions and shit, or he's knocking out top competition. Tank knocked out Barrios. Keith Thurman couldn't do it, and Keith Thurman's a larger man than Tank. Tank was not supposed to be able to knock out Barrios. Go watch that fight. Barrios was huge. And then Terrence Crawford, he stopped Sean Porter for the first time in Sean's career. Sean had never been stopped. And then he knocked down Errol for the first time in Errol's professional career. He knocked him down, what, 3 times in that fight?
yeah,
So when people can do things that has never been done to an opponent, like for example, Foreman and Frazier, the way that Frazier lost when he fought Foreman, that's when you know somebody has special power. So
yeah,
that's just how it is, man.
yeah. And then Barrios, yeah, I hope you know from what I heard, he walks around at like the junior middleweight limit. Like on his days off, he walks around at like
Yeah, Barrow's a
155.
big motherfucker,
I
man.
mean, he has to lose 15 pounds to get back down to 140. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a lot of these dudes got to lose all of that weight because they're not training when they don't have a fight.
Yeah, I wonder what Crawford
And
overall
that's
can.
another reason that goes back to what I was saying. Tank isn't a guy that's out there training when he doesn't have a fight the same way that Floyd was doing it. That's why you shouldn't. That's why you shouldn't allow these fighters to wait to the end of their careers to make big fights because you're increasing their chances of losing the big fight.
Yeah, for sure. And Tank, it's been so long since he's fought. It was what, back in May with Orion?
Yeah,
Gee, that's like 9 months, bro. Damn,
yeah, I know.
that's not
They
good.
handling his career real careful. Like I don't understand it. It's like, bro, you just broke pay-per-view records, but I think they're trying to make sure that everything is a big pay-per-view buy because they know how the media are looking at it. So they don't want people to be like, oh, the only reason Tank sold this is because of Ryan. So they're looking for the right opponent. It's not just about money now. It's not just about the competition. It's about the money and the optics because they know how people are going to try to attack Tank. They're going to try to use Ryan as a chess piece the same way that they used to use Floyd's opponents. And to this day, they say shit like, well, Floyd only sold all these pay-per-views because he fought Oscar or he fought Canelo or he fought Manny. You know what I mean? All these excuses when really they just don't want to admit that Floyd was interesting as hell as an entertainer. So right now the PBC is looking for the perfect opponent to make sure that Tank's pay-per-view sales doesn't dip too much, I think, from the Ryan Garcia shit. Like Tank can't sell 250K for his next fight. He has to sell at least 600K, 700K. That way people can be like, oh, it was just Ryan. See, we told you he's not really a pay-per-view star. And I think that's a big hiccup as well as opposed to why they waiting so long for him to fight. They got to find the right opponent.
Yeah.
Everybody that's been liking a lot, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, bro, I was dying earlier, KJ. My mic was muted. I was dying earlier when homie's like, Floyd was running from Amir Khan. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about,
Yeah,
bro?
that shit was
Who the hell
crazy.
runs from
That shit
Amir
was
Khan?
crazy, bro.
He's got a glass chin. Dude, no. Amir Khan,
Yeah, my man said. That's why I was like, I told him he was a special guest because no one like he has his brain works different. I never thought I'd hear a man of this bitch talking about, yeah, man, Floyd, he knew America was gonna give him problems. That shit was crazy.
it's just,
Somebody said these fights won't happen. Tank will put a rehydration and a catch weight in the contrast. Tank's not gonna be able to do that. He's gonna be forced to go to 140 if he wants to build a legacy. So basically, at 140, the catch weight and the rehydration is not even gonna make that much of a difference. You're already at 140, so that means a guy could at least rehydrate to 150 something. And Devin already said he would not accept catch weights. And I don't think no one else at these 140 pound fights was asked for catch weights. I don't think Regis did it. I don't think Tio asked Josh Taylor for a catch weight or none of that shit. So all that catch weight shit is over. He's gonna have to go to 140 because his competition is going to 140. He's gonna have to fight 140 pound fighters. And I think he's gonna lose, but he's not gonna be able to dehydrate these motherfuckers. These people, they're as respected as Tank. They're not as big as superstars as him. Like T.O. isn't a big superstar, like Tank is, and Devin damn sure isn't. But they're respected in boxing circles as much as Tank. So they're not gonna have to fight Tank for real, for real. They don't have to yes and get down on one knee like some other opponents just to get a big check. Like Devin isn't starving for money. T.O. isn't starving for money. You know, other fighters like Barrios, that was like his big fight. So he like, yeah, fuck it, I'll drain myself. Ryan, that was Ryan's big fight. He said, yeah, fine, I'll take the rehydration. I'll drain myself. Other guys don't have to do all that. So Tank just gonna have to accept like, damn, I'm gonna have to beat people who are naturally larger than me. But the thing is, Tank has been blessed. He has a God-given talent, not just as a boxer, but with that power. So the Lord has blessed him with power to be able to knock out men that's bigger than him. So he has a tall task, but he's literally built for the task. It's just a matter of if he believed that and if his team believed that and if they gonna make the fights happen.
yeah, for sure. And I never got your take. Who do you have on tomorrow night's fight with Tio and Jermaine Ortiz?
T.O.,
Easy?
buddy, thanks for sharing a lot. I ain't gonna be up here much longer though. I ain't gonna lie, but thanks for sharing a lot. I got T.O.
You got Tio. It's like I want to take Tio, but Jermaine Ortiz went 12 hard rounds with Lomachenko,
Yep.
and he's tough. You know what I
Man,
mean?
that
So,
fight gonna be really, really good, man. I'm gonna have to watch the replay or some shit. Man, that
the,
fight, that fight gonna be good as a motherfucker.
and I noticed that Tio's not a pay per view star. They don't. He's always been just fighting on regular television, hasn't he?
Yeah, I guess he not no star, man. That's all. That's what I said. None of these.
Yeah, that's they do. Like Tank's a pay per view fighter. I guess Devin Haney's a paper. That fight with Progress was on pay per view.
Yeah, but it didn't do too well.
Yeah, I figured it wouldn't because it's not like Progress is famous. I get it.
Yeah,
Makes
progress.
sense.
Devin, he got a little buzz, but they wasn't really selling like the. You gotta sell these fights. Like like Prograde, he tried to pull some private school, public school shit, and it's like that's not gonna be enough, man. You have to really, really come out with some jokes and shit. But you know what? Progress was just being himself, so I can't get mad at him because he was being authentically who he looks to be. I don't know him personally, but it seemed like he wasn't trying to act like a character in order to sell a fight. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Floyd Mayweather turned into a character, and turned into a villain in order to sell his fight. So motherfuckers gotta, if you really want to make money, you're not just a boxer, you're a part-time actor.
Yeah, Adrian
So it
Broner
is
did
what it
it.
is.
Learn from Adrian Broner was probably the most hated fighter I've ever seen ever. He really was.
Yeah, because as soon as Adrian lost, motherfuckers act like he was trash.
Yeah. It's because he was saying shit like I'm the next Floyd, I'm the next Floyd. I didn't see him show. He tried to show a little bit of ability with that shoulder
He's
roll, but
good at the front
Maidana
row.
Maidana broke. every like that fight was
I
my
mean, his
dynamite.
shoulder roll, he shouldn't have been really trying to do the shoulder roll because he not built the same like Floyd anyway. What's up, Chicago?
What's
Yeah,
up, man?
he. Hey, what's up, Chicago?
What's up?
Man, I want to ask you. I think that Tank Davis should fight Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson as soon as possible because he's getting older. And when we saw with Errol Spence, sometimes these guys they wait too long to fight their best opposition. And then it's not like everybody is Floyd Mayweather. They stand in shape all the time. A lot of these dudes are partiers, a lot of them
Hey,
drink and stuff like that. So
let
if you
me.
wait too long, I think it could be a bad thing as opposed to a good thing.
No disrespect. I just jumped in the mix. I thank you for putting me in the conversation. But when I jumped in, y'all were talking about Mayweather. Um, my Donna. Look,
Oh yeah, you talking about AB? Like yeah. You can talk. Yeah, we can talk about that too. Go ahead.
no, yeah, that's why because that's where I jumped in. That's why I wanted to put my opinion in. So
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
so uh, Brower, right?
Broner.
Bro, my bad. Broner, Broner got his ass beat, walked out the damn ring, and Mayweather said, "Hell no, drop him," because that was his protege, bro. Like he had that Philly, uh, you know what I'm talking about? That Philly block,
Philly Shuffle.
yeah, the shuffle, bro. But
He said Philly Shuffle. Oh shit. Nah, yeah, the Philly Shuffle. But Broner, he tried to fight like Floyd after being around Floyd, but his original fighting style wasn't like Floyd. He should have
right,
kept his original style. Floyd has longer arms than Broner, a longer torso than Broner. Floyd has longer legs than Broner. He just built different. Like, it made no sense
no,
for
but
Floyd to
but but Floyd,
for Broner to try to fight like
but
Floyd.
Floyd, bro, when he walked out that ring, Floyd said, "Fuck this cat!" Like he dropped him right there, and it was over. Like um, Maidana, when he fought this cat, it was like okay, like a lot of people talk about the Mayweather De La Hoya fight. De La Hoya put it on Mayweather, and then they say the championship rounds, later rounds. Yeah, you know what? I agree. He should have stopped. He shouldn't have stopped. He should have kept putting the pressure. Because if you go back and look at that fight, damn dude, he was beating the body. He was all over him. You know.
No,
Um.
I don't know. When I watched that fight, De La Hoya,
Oh.
he threw a lot of flurries, but Floyd was rolling a lot of that shit, and then he was catching with one or two shots.
But
But
it
then
was.
in
But it
the
was.
second
It
half
was.
of the second half of the fight, Floyd was walking him down and hitting him with clean shots in the middle of the ring, and you could clearly see De La Hoya getting hit. So I don't know.
So,
It looked like an
okay.
easy win for
So
Floyd.
so 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 like with the Marquez and Pacquiao fight,
Right.
bro. That knockout was vicious, right?
Yeah, man. That's because Pacquiao got a crazy style. He like to jump in.
No, but
I'm
you know
laughing
what?
because somebody said Tyson Fury got his durability from all that snow.
But you know
That's
why that?
crazy as hell, man.
But you know why that happened? Because
Fury's on that shit too, man.
he was
Allegedly.
he was studying the tapes, and Pacquiao has that feint where he comes at you, like steps at you, like he's gonna pop you with a right.
I know what you're saying. You saying with Tech, and he do a little stutter step. So Pacquiao threw a little
Yeah,
stutter step, and then he changed the punch. And
and
Marquez
this
caught him in between
and
that.
he caught him, and not only did he catch him, bro, but he ran into it. You know,
Yeah,
like
that's why he almost died, man. It was crazy.
bro,
I'm surprised that Pacquiao got up off his hands
that
like that.
was scary. That was scary. Like
That was a
I
knockout,
Pacquiao
knockout.
was one of them.
I seen one man die in the ring, bro, and this was in the mid 80s. I don't know how old you guys are, but um, I remember watching. It was called. It was on Saturdays. You only seen boxing, on Saturdays on channel. I think it was Channel 2 in Chicago. You know, Why World of Sports. And I remember these dudes boxing, bro, and dude got hit and fell, and they took him out the ring, dude, and he never he I mean he passed away. And I was like, what? Like I was like 8 years old. I was like, dang.
You traumatized. You realize, oh shit, this is what I'm watching. You
Yeah.
was 8, and that's when you realize, wow, I'm watching real war go down. Watching men put their life on the line.
But then you
So, because a lot of people when they watch boxing, they look at it like how they watching basketball and shit. That's why they so disrespectful about the sport
but
because
I
they don't realize, like, bruh,
so I
LeBron isn't gonna die going up for a dunk, but
so
these boxers they could die every time they lace him up.
so I used to box when I got in my 15, 16. I started boxing, and I was 125, 5'6", laying cats out, you know, but I would also feel the hits and your brain rattle. And that was enough for me to be like, hell no, this is
You said it
it's
ain't for you, huh?
I had a good jaw. I had, I was putting them down, but I was up, but when I felt those hits, even though I was up and I was winning, it was like, damn, this is like when you feel your brain shake, dude, in your freaking cranium, or you catch that,
Damn.
or you catch that chin shot.
That shit sucks.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, that ain't no joke, man. I mean, it ain't no joke.
Now you play soccer, you play football, you play basketball, you don't play boxing. That's just how it is.
yeah, bro.
Or
Yeah.
MMA.
Yeah, MMA too.
Hey, they said you lying, man. They said you making up stories in the chat.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Somebody named Malachi said you stop lying.
I don't give. That's all right.
I'm
You don't know
34, by
me.
the way,
Man, I
Chicago.
think you was out there boxing. I think you was good. And like you said, I think somebody they rattled your cranium one day and you was like, you know what? I'm gonna just take my ass back to work, man. Fuck this. I'm gonna punch the clock. And,
True.
Yeah,
and at least you were smart enough to make that decision because if you're not good with getting hit in the head and you don't accept what the possibilities, then you might live with regret when you're older.
yeah.
So you might have stayed in boxing, got fucked up, and you wouldn't even be able to come on this live and tell your story
No, yeah.
because you'd
So
be so
so
fucked
so
up.
that was the thing. Like, I would rock a motherfucker, and then, but when you get hit like that, you question it. It's like, damn, do you really want to keep going? Because I mean, a sane, reasonable person is like, yeah, it's a sport, you love it, but how much? What if this happens again, or what if it happens worse? You know what I mean? And it's like,
Man, they talking all types of shit in the chat, boy.
that's
These
that's
motherfuckers.
uh that's all right.
Look, man, look. These people, they crazy. Like none of them be even boxing. They be talking all type of crazy shit. They do the same thing to me, man. It's crazy.
That's all right, bro. I appreciate you letting me in the chat. I don't
Chicago,
care.
how old are you?
I'm 48.
Okay, I'm 34. I'll be 35 in July.
Okay, so why you ask me that?
I was just wondering because you had you look young in your picture.
Chicago said, Chicago said, "Oh, you trying to be funny,
Yo.
huh?
No,
You trying to
you
find
you you go in my TikTok, bro, and look at my content. I don't look that age.
What are we talking about, gang?
We
Big
talking
time.
about why Rickety asked Chicago how old he was.
You look young, my boy. You look young. That's why.
That really is not where it is.
Oh
So
shit.
really, right now,
But nah, man, I ain't gonna
Appreciate.
lie, it's boxy.
all right, bro. So now what we gonna do is lightning round. I'm gonna say a word.
Oh shit.
I don't
Is
know
that
what he
me?
talking about,
Oh,
bro.
that not me, man.
Nah, but yo, we done had a good live. I'm ready to take my ass to sleep. Um, yeah,
All
I
right, what's
appreciate
cool?
everybody that came up. Wickedy, Chicago, Boxer, you came in late, but it is what it is, man. And I'm gonna
It's
end the
all
live
love.
saying the same way that I began the live. I think that Tank should fight his top opponents right now before it's too late and it slows down his path.
Real quick question. Real quick question.
Yeah, man.
Because for me, everybody's talking all this shit about Canelo not fighting Benavides and he's cherry picking. But I'm like, man, Mayweather did the same thing. But as a Mexican, bro, I want to see that shit. Like Benavides.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why Canelo's so weak because he not robbing me. I care about the fight, but I really don't give a damn. He robbing all of that's a great point because I'm in the live on that point. Canelo is robbing all of Mexico by not fighting David Benavidez. So y'all king that they call King Nello, he's
Nah,
robbing the entire
hell
country
no. I
of
ain't,
great
hey, bro.
history, bro.
Hell no. Boxing, and that shit has to happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. But